Hey, what's up, guys? Got another build for y'all today. We're going to be going over Ultimate Viessa. She's really great. She scales very well for her skill damage. Really great for AoE fights, for any type of farming you want. She's also incredibly strong for bossing. Her ultimate can scale pretty high. As you see here, we're getting 4 mil ticks and with the 5 mil explosion at the end, so it's pretty massive. The damage scales incredibly well. Really enjoying this build a lot, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. Alright, so let's jump into the skills real quick. Her first skill is Frost Shards. I don't really use it that much. Does okay damage, and it does apply Ice Shackles, but it's just not something that I focus on with the build. With our cooldown, with our ult right now, there's just no reason to focus too much on that. The ult does way too much in comparison. Second ability is changed for this because we're using Cold Bloodedness. And we'll talk about that Transcendent in a minute, but the priority focus here is going to give us a lot more cooldown for our ultimate, and we'll go through that here shortly. Second ability is Cold Snap. It is what it is. Don't use this much either. It does okay damage. Does create Ice Shackles again, but primarily we're focused on the 2 and the 4 here. Fourth is going to be the Blizzard. Our ultimate is where all of our damage is coming from. This is where we're focusing on solely of our damage with this build. And then for her Ice Sphere, upon using a skill, we get the Ice Shackles. We get the Ice Spheres to fly around us. When we're near the enemy, it does do damage to them, and it also creates Ice Shackles on them. So this is just static damage. It's nothing great. It's nothing impactful with this build. It's just her passive. So the way this works is, if you look here for currently the cooldown on the ultimate is sitting at 15.8, and we'll go through the mods next, which help create that cooldown, but for the cooldown currently is at 15.8. However, when we activate our C with the Transcendent, this cooldown now goes to 6 seconds. So this is massively important because this is going to allow us to create a lot of damage all the time, and more importantly is being able to get those additional ticks in when the mob is downed for our ambush as well. So that being said, let's go through the modules. The Cold Bloodedness, so what this is going to do is when you use a skill, it's going to increase skill power, decrease skill cost, and skill cooldown. So when your C is active, you're getting the skill cost reduction, the skill cooldown, and it's also increasing the damage of the skill itself. For the rest of the mods, we're using Focus on Chill. It's going to give some additional cooldown, but it's also going to increase our chill skill. Currently using HP amplification, playing around with this one. Honestly, might just slap in a little bit more HP here at some more cost, but HP amplification is really good because we don't really care about shields that much. I'm broke, so I can't fully upgrade it. Spear and Shield is going to give us some defensive, but more importantly, it's going to give us skill power paired with that defense. Skill Concentration is going to give us the additional crit hit damage. Frontlines is going to give us more crit damage and crit hit rate. Skill Insight is your skill crit rate. MP Conversion is going to, again, help us with the cooldown of both our C and our Z. Emergency Measures are going to give us a substantial amount of skill crit rate with crit hit damage. Dangerous Ambush is super important because this gives us a massive skill power upgrade while the mob is downed, and we can down mobs pretty quick with this build. And then more skill cooldown from Nimble Fingers. Your sub slot here, use whatever you want. I just prefer mid-air maneuvering for most characters, just simply because I like to be able to grapple whenever and wherever. So that's the mods, and as you see here, gives a great amount of crit damage and crit hit. Got some good skill power and chill skill power, and a huge amount of skill cooldown here. So for the Reactor, we're using Frozen Mechanics because Mechanic is going to give us the chill and tech, and the tech is what our ultimate is. Preferably, I would much rather have Colossus damage on this instead of the skill cooldown. This is just the best I've got for the weapon of my choosing. I am using Python here for the additional damage to the weak point spots plus the fire rate, assisting with getting the knocks a little quicker, so we get that additional damage from the ambush mod. For the Reactor set, we're using the Slayer. You want to get your defense and HP on these as much as possible. The one that also matters is going to be max MP. on your sensor for the memory, the defense, and max shields, and then max HP and max shields on the processor. So why this is so important is you get the additional 26.1% skill power from this set. So any of your skill-based Descendants, you're going to want to have this set primarily, just because that's such a massive multiplier for your skill power. For the weapon, I'm using Python. And here's the setup I've got for it. Again, I'm broke, can't upgrade this stuff to finish it out, but when I get a little bit more, we will. So firing Fiesta, this is important simply because when you do get those knocks, it's just going to give you a little additional damage while they're down for free, because you can cast some without, or shoot some rounds without them being consumed. Hawkeye for accuracy, have aiming because we get the additional weak point damage at the cost of a little accuracy. Firearm attack on rifling reinforcement. Concentration for our crit damage. While we don't crit that much, the crit damage is still good when it does hit. Weak point damage. Fixed shot for more weak point damage. Weak point aiming for more weak point damage. Action reaction for more firearm attack. And then fire rate just to be able to dump rounds, especially when we get firing Fiesta off. So that's the build. If you've got any questions, you know where I'm at. Now to find me. Let me know if you think you've got something better that'll work better. Let me know. Love to talk about it. This is just where I'm at with the build, and I'm really enjoy Viessa. She did dump a lot of damage very quickly. Thank you for watching.